Hey guys, it is Luke from RetroRevival here, and today I want to talk to you about Sunday, April 8th, because it is WrestleMania 34. And if you know me in my personal life, you know I absolutely love wrestling, and WrestleMania is the Christmas to wrestling fans. Everyone loves it. It's the biggest event of the year, no matter what wrestling show it is or wrestling company. So I want to give you some of my predictions for the show. So let's jump straight into it. First match of the show is on the pre-show, and that is the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. And a Battle Royal is basically where there's 30 men in the ring, and you get them to eliminate people. You have to throw them over the top rope, and both feet have to land on the floor. And there's a lot of big names in this one, but I've gone for Woken Matt Hardy, basically because he's just doing really great stuff at the moment, and he's the biggest name in the match. He's definitely not going to be the biggest person, but yeah, he's just a great wrestler. And in fact, not everyone has been announced yet. I think there's going to be some people from NXT. Last year there was Killian Dane, and he's another person I thought could win this match. But overall, I've gone for Woken Matt Hardy. Next up on the pre-show is the first ever WrestleMania Women's Battle Royal, and this was originally named after a women's wrestler who's now died called the Fabulous Moolah, but basically she's just a scumbag of a human being, and yeah, so they removed her name from it. So there's going to be a lot of women in this match. I think the winner's going to be Becky Lynch. She deserves to win, and she never really gets a lot of recognition, which she definitely deserves. So I think this match will be her crowning of a really great WrestleMania moment. And now for the final match of the pre-show, it is Mustafa Ali versus Cedric Alexander to crown the new Cruiserweight Champion. And they relinquished the Cruiserweight Championship back in January after Enzo Amore was fired. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to this match. They actually had a tournament, and these two were the victors of the tournament, so they're going to face each other for the Cruiserweight Championship. This is going to be an amazing match. It's going to be very high flying, a lot of flips and stuff. So I personally think that Cedric Alexander deserves to win it, basically because he hasn't had a big moment yet, and he deserves it, and he's been so close to getting the title so many times, and I think WrestleMania is the perfect place to crown him. And time for the actual show itself, and I've just put in my list the first match will be Daniel Bryan, who is returning from his injury. He's been injured for the last 2 years. He had to actually retire, but now he's been cleared to wrestle again. So it'll be Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. And Daniel Bryan is the current general manager of Smackdown Live, and Shane is the commissioner. And they both fired Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. And if Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn win, they get their jobs back on SmackDown. And I think because it's Daniel Bryan's returning match, he's going to win with Shane McMahon. And the night after WrestleMania, I think we'll see Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn on Raw, so they haven't properly lost their jobs. But yeah, so Team Daniel and Shane for the win. Next up is a mixed tag team match, and this is Triple H and Stephanie McMahon versus Kurt Angle and the debuting UFC fighter Ronda Rousey. It's obvious that Kurt and Ronda are going to win this match. She's debuting, she's a new big star, and I think she's going to be undefeated until next year's WrestleMania. And yeah, she isn't very good on the mic yet, but yeah, she'll definitely improve in the next year. So yeah, it's going to be a great match, especially with Kurt Angle. So yeah. Next up for the Raw Tag Team Champions, it will be the champions, The Bar, Sheamus and Cesaro, versus Braun Strowman and a mystery partner. And I personally believe that it's going to be Braun Strowman and his mystery partner. We don't know who the mystery partner is, and because they've saved it till WrestleMania, I think it's going to be someone who's quite big. I'd say the top three would be Bray Wyatt, James Ellsworth, and Rey Mysterio. WWE have wanted Rey Mysterio to sign again ever since his Royal Rumble appearance in January, and in fact later on this month I'll be meeting Rey Mysterio himself. So if it's one of those people, I think Braun and whoever it will be taking the Raw Tag Team Championship. Up next is a triple threat tag team match for the Smackdown Live Tag Team Championships, and it'll be the champions, the Usos, versus the Bludgeon Brothers versus the New Day. And this is going to be the first time that the Usos have been on the main card of WrestleMania, and which it's pretty unbelievable seeing as they've been there for 9 years. So yeah, I don't think the New Day need to win here. They've held it many times. The Usos have been excellent over last year, ever since turning heel. So yeah, I'd love to see them retain, but I think they're going to give it to the Bludgeon Brothers. So yeah, they're both great wrestlers, very unappreciated in the WWE. So I think the Bludgeon Brothers will shine at WrestleMania. Next up is the Raw Women's Championship match, and it'll be Alexa Bliss, the champion, versus her old tag team partner, Nia Jax. And this last year they've been getting along just fine, and then Alexa Bliss turned on Nia Jax. She was getting bullied. So yeah, I think that they're going to put forward a really good message that bullies never win. So I think Nia Jax will be the victor in this match. Up next is a match that I think has potential to be possibly the best women's match in WrestleMania history, and it is the Smackdown Live Women's Champion Charlotte Flair taking on the undefeated Asuka, and they are both absolutely amazing women's wrestlers, possibly some of the best ever, and I think this is going to be an absolutely amazing match. I think Asuka has to win the championship here. She is a wonderful women's wrestler, and she has to keep her undefeated streak alive until next WrestleMania, when I think she'll face Ronda Rousey. Also in this match there's another part of it, which is Carmella, and she has got the women's Money in the Bank briefcase, and I think because she was the first ever one, she's going to cash in here, but I think she'll be unsuccessful because of Asuka. I think Asuka just needs to rip her arm off, to be honest. So yeah, Asuka for the win. Up next for the Intercontinental Championship is Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor versus the champion, The Miz. And Finn Balor is a great wrestler, and he got injured by Seth Rollins at SummerSlam a few years ago. Seth Rollins also got injured, I think the year before, and he lost the WWE Championship. And The Miz, as this last year has just been amazing. I think this is the best he's been in his career, and he's now a father, which is quite nice. They've just accepted a newborn child into the family, and I think that The Miz should carry on his reign as the Intercontinental Championship here at WrestleMania, because he just deserves it, and I think he is one of the best and most charismatic people on the roster. Up next is a fatal four-way for the United States Championship, and it will be the champion Randy Orton taking on Rusev, Bobby Roode and Jinder Mahal. Bobby Roode lost the championship to Randy Orton at Fastlane last month. Randy Orton, it was the first time he's ever held the US title, and I think he's going to retain because people backstage at WWE love Randy Orton, and he normally wins at Mania. So yeah, Rusev has been extremely popular recently because of his Rusev Day gimmick, and people love him, and he's only been put into this match really because of his t-shirt sales. And Jinder Mahal last year was of course the WWE champion, and everybody hated him. So I think he's better suited to a mid-card title, not the world title. So I think Randy Orton will retain the United States Championship. Up next is what I think will be the best wrestling match of the entire show, maybe even the entire weekend. Of course, the night before is NXT. My two favourite wrestlers, the WWE World Heavyweight Champion AJ Styles taking on Shinsuke Nakamura, and this is the dream match. I don't really mind who wins here because I love both of them. They're both just amazing wrestlers. We have seen this match once before at Wrestle Kingdom 10, but that was in New Japan Pro Wrestling, and it's the first time these two have faced off in a WWE ring one-on-one, and I can't wait for this match. This is just gonna blow the roof off the place, and I personally believe that the victor of this match will be AJ Styles, but I don't mind because both wrestlers are just great. So yeah. Up next is what I think could be the main event, which is kind of a bummer. For the Universal Championship, it'll be the champion Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns, and I think everybody knows that Roman Reigns is going to win here. Brock Lesnar's leaving for the UFC, so he's not going to need the championship anymore. He won it at last year's WrestleMania and hasn't lost since. It's a bit boring seeing Brock Lesnar in the ring because he only does like 3 different moves, and Roman Reigns, everyone hates him. But Roman Reigns is going to win here. The people backstage at WWE love Roman Reigns, especially Vince McMahon, the owner and chairman of WWE. So yeah, it's going to be a hard-hitting match, but Roman is going to be the victor. No one has kicked out of Brock Lesnar's F5, and I think Roman Reigns will be the first person to, and he's going to hit Brock Lesnar with a spear, and he's going to pin him for the 1, 2, 3, and become the new Universal Champion. And now the final match, nobody really knows if it's going to happen or not, but it's heavily hinted it will, and it is the dream match of John Cena versus The Undertaker. Last year, The Undertaker lost at WrestleMania to Roman Reigns, so what I see happening is everyone's going to say the last match of the show is going to be Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar, and I think Roman Reigns is going to win that match, and then straight afterwards the lights are going to go out, it's going to come back on, The Undertaker is going to choke slam Roman Reigns, and he's going to call out John Cena so they can have their dream match. John Cena's been calling out The Undertaker for months, but no reply, and I think it's going to be The Undertaker's time to call out John Cena. Last year, everybody thought The Undertaker had retired because he left his hat and his coat and gloves in the ring. So I think The Undertaker is going to beat John Cena in the place where his streak ended back at WrestleMania 30 in New Orleans, and he's going to officially retire in front of the crowd. So, what do you think of my predictions? I'm absolutely pumped for WrestleMania. It's one of my favourite events of the year. I'll definitely be watching the pre-show. I'll probably get too tired to watch the rest of the show after that, because it is a 7-hour show. So yeah, I don't really want to sit through all of that in one block. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I know it's a bit different, but I love wrestling, and yeah, I think you guys should know about it. So yeah, thank you for watching this video. I have been Luke from RetroRevival. Like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you all later. Bye.